Hi, hello, and welcome to LearnStroke IAS classes by Arjun. And welcome to this new series for 2024 UPSC exam, especially current affairs. And it's going to be a concept builder series where I'll be explaining the important topics one by one. So in this, we'll discuss one topic. And do subscribe to our channel LearnStroke IAS and do download LearnStroke IAS app because there are a lot of videos to be watched inside the app. And today's topic that we are discussing in length is the truck drivers issue, because recently you know that every now and then this news is occupying because the truck drivers are actually protesting on the streets, protesting in many states. Why are they protesting? This also brings us, what have we got to discuss today's topic? We will discuss all these concepts. Why are the truck drivers protesting? Basically, there is a reason for that. And you should also get to know the road statistics, something relating to the statistics of how many accidents are taking place. This will be very useful for the mains perspective also. And the most important, we have to talk about the BNS. What is the new Nyaya Samhita, the Bharata Nyaya Samhita, and what is the IPC section 304, and how is the BNS section 106 clause 1 and 106 clause 2 going to be very important in this regard, and what are the punishments that is being offered in this. So we need to discuss all of this in one single go. We'll discuss it one by one. So definitely understand that these scenes have been influencing the newspapers, television sets, where you can see that many people in different parts of the country, the truck drivers are actually protesting because of the important thing called hit and run. Because certain rules and regulations regarding certain accidents have been discussed very detailed, because previously it was all controlled as was actually under the IPC section. But now what is going to be happen is things are going to change, and the BNS is going to come in, which we will discuss BNS in length in another video also. But the BNS has come, but hit and run, you see that most of the accidents that takes place in the highways, in the roads, whenever you see that one truck is actually hitting a person, is actually killing a person, the truck driver actually flees. He actually goes out of the scene, goes out of the picture. He escapes from that scene. So we have seen many of these incidents happening in India. So there is going to be a law which is going to regulate all of this. And that is the reason why the provisions of BNS, the new law, the punishment, the penalty, is actually the big heated debate for the truck drivers. That is the point that these people are having. And you can see that because of this strike, even a lot of things are actually been, look at that, widespread demonstration was carried out by truck drivers across India to the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, which is the new criminal code, because it's a new criminal code. And you can see even like Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, UP, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir have been really hit by this. And the biggest problem is even getting petrol was very difficult. More than 2,000 petrol pumps, primarily located in western and northern India, were facing fuel shortages just because of this truckers' strike. So please understand, there are two important aspects. One aspect which believes that what is wrong in having a strong law, because ultimately when a truck hits a person and a person dies, definitely there should be a, nobody helps the person. When you hit the truck, the person who hits the truck, the driver, he immediately escapes from the place. So what is happening to the victim who was actually affected by this? So at one point of debate is whether is this absolutely right, because there is no harm in increasing the penalty for such cases. And number second is the truck driver's perspective believe that this is not good, because most of the cases when there is an accident happening, the public demand, the public response, the truck driver has been attacked, the truck or the lorry that is being on the road is continuously it's actually subjected to massive violence. People respond, people destroy the vehicle. So definitely both the side has got their own points, and we'll understand each and every point in this. So before we go on to the issue, let's understand some of the road statistics. That is very important. You know that the road accidents in India has actually went up by almost 12%, almost 4.6 lakh accidents in 2022. So just understand, 19% die every hour in India. So that's a very glaring statistics. And it also shows that every 53 road accidents occur every hour in this country. So every hour you can see that 53 accidents are also happening. So these statistics is very important. So there are different type of things that we should know here. One is hit from back, and hit and run, and head on collision. So hit from back accounted for the largest share in total accidents, 19.5% in 2022. You just have your car, the accidents, or you are hit from behind, that is a hit from back. And nearly 30% of India's almost 1.6 lakhs road accident deaths come from hit and run cases. So hit and run, head on collision. So definitely you can see that whenever such things happen, the negligent driver flees the scene after causing an injury to dual challenge for authorities. It's very difficult to get them also. And you can even see that it's very difficult to identify and prosecute the perpetrator of these crimes due to 55% of fatal accidents occurred in isolated areas. See, if actually it is a highway, there are people who watch it. But if it is an isolated area, imagine that there is an accident, a truck is actually hitting you, you're seriously injured, there is nobody who has seen this issue, the truck will actually vanish from that place. So that is 155% of the cases in India are actually in that regard. And secondly, the most important thing is the victims don't get compensation, because you find it very difficult to get the vehicle, you don't find the vehicle, and the insurer are not at all identifiable. So these are some of the statistics that you should definitely know. And now let's check what are the legal issues involved in this. So first of all, the truck drivers are calling this law as the Kala Kanun or the black law, because Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita's sections regarding accidents are not approved by the truck drivers. So this is one main big reason. And the government say that, see, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita has not come into place. When it is coming into place, we will see at that point. But debates are continuing on that. Now let's check the BNS provision. The BNS provision, the most important provision, see, whoever causes the death of any person, please remember the point, by rash and negligent driving of a vehicle. So death is happening by rash and negligent driving, but it is not amounting to culpable homicide. It's not culpable homicide, and escapes without reporting it to the police officer or a magistrate soon after the incident shall be punished with imprisonment of either description of a term that may extend up to 10 years and also be liable to fine. So now just imagine, the punishment has been increased to a maximum of even 10 years. If you flee from the scene, if you escape, 10 years punishment can be given, and also fine. And you can see that fine can even be 7 lakh rupees if you're leaving the scene of the accident. So previously, before the BNS was coming in, it was dealt in the IPC, Indian Penal Code, and the IPC only mandated 2 years of imprisonment. From 2 years, they have increased to a maximum of 5 and 10, 5 and 10, and 7 lakh fine. So that is a big change that has actually come in. So what is IPC 304? You have to see punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. So it's whoever commits culpable homicide not amounting to murder. So even please note that there is also 304 and 304A. So this, you can see, according to IPC, in this case it was limited to 2-year imprisonment, but which has actually changed now. And colonial era's IPC, because it's very British time, British old, people say that 304 and 304A has failed to deter negligent acts due to limited punishment of 2 years. People hit and run, and you escape from the scene. Nobody is actually questioning you. So that is the reason why after independence, countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Singapore, which almost had very similar to Indian Penal Code, which already inherited the IPC, they increased the punishment to 5 years. But the BNS has actually increased it from 2 to 5 and to 10. That is the big punishment aspects that you have to see. And in the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita, the most important section that we have to study here is regarding the section 106(1) and 106 clause 2. So let's see. Section 106 of BNS will replace IPC 304A. So currently 2-year jail term will actually be increased. And now let's check out what is 106 clause 1, and later on we'll have to discuss what is 106 clause 2. So 10 clause 6 said, whoever causes death. So death is certain of any person by doing any rash or negligent act not amounting to culpable homicide. So definitely death by a person, rash and negligent act. So negligent act can be anything. You can do a rash thing, you can do a negligent thing, shall be punished with an imprisonment of maybe 5 years and liable to fine. So this is rash and negligent act. But you can see 106 clause 2, whoever causes death of any person by rash and negligent driving of vehicle. So in this 106 clause 2, it is a thing called driving of vehicle and is escaping without reporting to a police officer, shall be given a term of 10 years and liable to almost 7 lakhs fine. So this new section is also demanded that it's very cruel, because previously it is something that the truck drivers are not ready to accept, because the punishment even for a silly thing can even get 10 years of imprisonment. So this can be a difference. And this is and the primary concern truck is actually the fear of facing mob violence or lynching if they stop at the accident site to report the police straight. So what happens in India? Imagine that you actually hit a person. He's seriously injured. Even if you want to help that person, even if you want to take that person to the hospital, what really happens is, even if you after hitting you come down after the vehicle, there is violence. People will hit at you. People will actually create violent acts. People will destroy your vehicle. People will even lynch you. They can even beat you down. So just because they don't want to get beaten immediately after an accident, they don't care for the person who is hit by the vehicle. They simply escape from that. So this has to be changed. That is the biggest point of the truck drivers. And even BNS does not provide relief, which was actually provided by Section 134 of Motor Vehicles Act. So apart from IPC, there is even Motor Vehicles Act 1988. 134 clearly said that it is the duty of a driver in case of an accident to give a medical attention or the injured person if it is practical to do on account of mob fury. So he should actually give him a medical attention for the injured person unless it is not practical to do so on account of mob fury. If you are able to do it, do it. If you're not surrounded by people, if you are able to do it, do it. So BNS does not provide this relief of 134. So even a senior police officer said that according to the BNS 106 clause 2, even if after hitting, imagine that your truck has actually hit somebody and you immediately call the helpline number after the incident and inform the that the passenger or passenger of a vehicle hit by him is injured. Give his vehicle details and location so that you can actually help him in his medical support also. In that case, if you are doing this thing by calling the number, you can by section 106 clause 2, you can even cut down the penalty that you are going to get in. So this is definitely a good thing. So if there is a harm, definitely if there is a 10 years is the time period that you are going to get. If you actually call the person, call the police station or call the magistrate or call the hospital and tell them that this has happened, there is a chance that you will get a lesser penalty. You can escape from harsher penalty, which can be encouraging. So please look at the terms soon after, because it is even said that previously you can even said you can see call the helpline number soon after the incident. So what is the word soon after the incident? So soon after the incident must be read with the similar section of 134 of the Motor Vehicles Act, because Motor Vehicles Act said it is a duty. 134 says it is a duty of the person who was driving to make sure that the victim is actually given medical attention. So soon after in the BNS can be actually like 134. It's almost very related to that. And as soon as possible, if there is a word called as soon as possible, means it does not mean that immediately after the attack you have to give a medical attention or report the incident. It is even said that you can report it within 24 hours. So this is what Supreme Court said in the Surinder Singh versus State of Haryana in 2014, that soon does not mean immediate. If there is a mob violence, if you're actually surrounded by people, if there is a violence, you can escape, and make sure that within 24 hours give the information that. So as soon as can also mean at within 24 hours. So this few things are also very important. So however, in remote areas, just like we have said, when there is no public, only you and the person, it's a very deserted place. Your truck has actually hit a person, he's actually seriously injured. Apart from actually fleeing from that place, you can actually take use of that, call this person, hospital, intimate that. So section according to 106 clause 2, if you have intimated soon after or just before 24 hours, you can actually get a lesser penalty. So it can actually discourage a driver from abandoning the victim. You can actually attend him also, which is definitely a good thing also. And what is the need of the hour? It's very important that the 201st Law Commission report said that it is very important to provide swift medical aid to the victim in the critical golden hour, or else he'll die, which can prevent 50% of fatalities. So what happens is, when an accident happens, nobody works for him. He's actually left abandoned. If you can actually save him in the golden hour, that is going to be the most important. So the government has devised the Good Samaritan law to protect and encourage bystanders who provide voluntary immediate assistance to help the people also. So, however, there is apart from BNS 106 Act, it is even said that we need to have greater laws like improving the infrastructure, fixing the overspeeding, the responsibility of the transporters for vehicle maintenance, ensuring efficient medical emergency aid, overspeeding. All of this is actually something that we need to work on this. So these are all the important need of the hour that we should definitely look at this. So definitely, I hope I think you got the issue of the truck drivers and what is the section of 304, what is section 106 clause 1, clause 2, what are the important provisions of that. So please understand this issue from this perspective. Even you should be able to write it in the mains answer also. Your answer should actually reflect all this. If you even get a question, you should have your point on this. And I've given you a good amount of road statistics also. Please do check it out. Okay, so this was today's topic, and please subscribe to LearnStroke IAS classes channel, YouTube channel, and do download the LearnStroke IAS app. It's free. Watch the free classes, and we'll come up with another important topic. So until then, thank you so much, and keep listening to LearnStroke IAS classes.